Hi everyone, Dr. Laharan here, and today we're going to talk about vitamin C and whether or not it is an immune booster. According to this study that was done on Google searches in the past year, when people searched immune booster, vitamin C is the #1 hit. Just check it out on this graph here. But is that really true? I'm going to look at some research articles that can help us answer these questions. We're also going to learn about what vitamin C actually does in our body, and then we can decide whether or not vitamin C is a supplement that we should be adding into our daily regimen. But first, a little history lesson. I spun around because we went back in time to the 70s, where this guy, Linus Pauling, published a study saying a daily dose of 100 milligrams of vitamin C can decrease the likelihood of getting any sort of upper respiratory tract infection by 45%. After the study was published, the US markets went crazy, started selling a ton of vitamin C to people in hopes that that would prevent the common cold from spreading. However, this study done by Pauling has never been reproduced. So when a study isn't able to be reproduced, it is not considered as valid. So nowadays, there's been a lot of studies trying to see whether or not vitamin C actually does boost the immune system. In fact, a meta-analysis, which is pretty much a research paper that analyzes a bunch of other research papers that have done research on a very similar topic, a meta-analysis that was done on vitamin C and its effect of preventing as well as making the common cold shorter was done in 2013, and it found that in a pool of about over 11,000 participants, vitamin C, having regular supplementation of it, does not actually prevent the common cold. And when it compared the duration of the cold, so these people actually got sick, they found that in adults, the duration of colds were reduced by 8%, and in children by 14%. And if children consumed 1 to 2 grams per day, it shortened colds by 18%. This study did find, however, that if you are under short periods of extreme physical stress, so if you're a marathon runner, if you're in the military, things like that, if you take vitamin C, that can actually reduce your chance of getting colds by 50%. So, are you surprised that vitamin C doesn't actually boost your immune system? And yet, every year during cold and flu season, we are marketed to buy vitamin C so that we can prevent colds. Well, I'm not really surprised because business is business, right? So what does vitamin C actually do to our bodies? Well, it is a powerful antioxidant, which means it can stop free radicals from wreaking havoc on our bodies. It also has shown that it can reduce our inflammatory response. Vitamin C can also protect our fatty membranes that are around our organs, such as our lungs, and they can help prevent pathogens from getting into those organs. Vitamin C also plays a role in activating an enzyme that helps build collagen in our bodies. In terms of our immune response, vitamin C also plays a role in bringing our immune cells to the sites of infection, which is pretty cool. So it's time to decide. After looking at research saying that vitamin C doesn't actually boost your immune system and learning about the functions of vitamin C in our bodies, do we take it? My answer is yes. Vitamin C is part of my daily supplementation, and it is because, as we learned earlier, if you do take vitamin C regularly, if you do come down with a cold, you are more likely to have a shorter cold. I'm also pretty optimistic. Even though vitamin C doesn't boost my immune system, it does have some effect on the immune cells. So if my cells that are going to go eat all the bad cells are going to be affected by vitamin C, why not supplement with it? There's also a very low risk in supplementing with vitamin C. The recommended daily intake is anywhere between 70 to 105 milligrams per day. However, research has shown that you can take up to 2,000 milligrams a day and still be okay. And that's because vitamin C is water soluble, which means it will get excreted out in our urine if we take too much of it. However, I should mention that if you're susceptible to kidney stones, you should talk to your medical provider before taking an increased amount of vitamin C, because that can actually cause more kidney stones. It's also relatively inexpensive to take vitamin C, so I know that when I am feeling a little stressed, or if I know that I'm going to be around a lot of people, then I do take an additional emergency on top of my normal supplementation. And there's something to be said about the placebo effect. Even though I know the research, I do believe that I am not going to get sick and that it helps me from getting sick. And I think that there is a strong mental role in that as well. That's all I've got for you today on vitamin C and whether or not it actually boosts your immune system. We went through a lot of research today that has shown that vitamin C in fact doesn't boost your immune system. And we talked about the roles vitamin C has in your body. And with all these facts, I hope that you can make an educated decision on whether or not you should start supplementing with vitamin C yourself. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to my page. Also share it with people if you feel that they need to learn about vitamin C or ways to help stimulate their immune system. All right, I will catch you guys next time on Wake Up with Dr. Lauren.